Someone said one time, to get what we've never had, we have to do something that we've never done. Others have said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. You know, sometimes in our life, we may need to change what we're doing in order to get what we're desiring. If we're doing the same thing over and over and we're not getting the results we're needing, we may need to make some adjustments. You know, today, find out what you're doing that's not bringing the results that you're wanting and begin to change that. I'm reminded of a story that's in Mark chapter 9 or chapter 10, and it begins to speak about blind Bartimaeus. Blind Bartimaeus was sitting at the gate begging day after day after day for someone to help him. Many times in our life, we're looking for other people to help and other people to do things for us. When the reality of it is, if we would just begin to push ourselves forward, we could get what we really desire. One of the things that blind Bartimaeus wanted was to have his eyesight restored. Jesus was walking by and he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth. And he began to cry out real loud, saying, "Jesus of Nazareth, have mercy on me." Now all the other peoples that were around him began to try to quieten him down, tell him to hold his peace and be quiet. And blind Bartimaeus began to scream out even louder. Now, a lot of times we allow people to influence our decisions by what their opinion is. If blind Bartimaeus would have listened to the people that would have told him, "Don't get any louder, be quiet," he would have never received his sight. But it was his faith and his determination that brought him to the place that he cried out for Jesus and said, "Please heal me." Jesus grabs him, takes him up and says, "What is it that you want me to do for you?" And he says that I would receive my sight. Jesus turns to him, lays hands on him, and tells him that it was his faith that's made him whole. Now, his faith was deep down inside of him. But you know, his faith never became active until he did something with it. And part of it was crying out to Jesus, saying, in spite of what other people were saying, "Touch me, pay attention to where I am." You know, there's times in our life that we may have to go against the crowd. We may have to go against the opinions of people in order to get what we need and what we desire. When I push with my faith and I begin to go beyond what the opinions of people are, knowing that I can receive what I need if I just push a little bit harder. This is what blind Bartimaeus did. He did what was different than the crowd was suggesting. And he pushed his way through until he got Jesus' attention, and Jesus reached out and healed him. It's interesting that Jesus says to him, "It was your faith, blind Bartimaeus, that made you whole." When you put all of it together, it was his faith and his action and his persistence, possibly his desperation, but he pushed his way through outside the opinions of others. What is it that you need to do that's outside of the critics and outside of the opinions of people that you know can make you successful today? I challenge you today to push yourself through like blind Bartimaeus. You might not be able to see exactly where you're going. You might not be able to understand what you're needing. But when you get next to Jesus and you're loud enough that Jesus can hear you, he can also see you. I want to challenge you today to stretch yourself and call upon the Lord and allow him to enter into your life. And people may say religion, walking by the Spirit, having a relationship with God is not going to do you any good. But I challenge you today to change some things. Change the way you think and begin to invite Christ into your life. Begin to allow him to walk with you and watch and see the changes that will take place around you. You might be blind today, but all you need is one touch from him and he can open your eyes. He can open up around you the things that you don't see right now. Opportunities that could come your way. Opportunities that are sitting right before you, but you can't see them. Call upon him today and ask him to help you see the opportunities that are before you.